Hello and welcome to the training tonight. We're going to go over some GSA training. We're going to go over some other stuff as well in GSA. And what we want to do is we want to see if anybody has any questions right in the beginning. I see Tony's asking, can I show you guys how to use Wicked Article Creator with GSA? And whereabouts is the category list for GSA in the members area? That should be, you know what, we'll try to find it. You know what? Let me go here. I'll look for it and I'll post it on Facebook because I'm sure if you had that question, everyone else does as well. I just don't want to mess up what I got set up right now. And then Alex said lists, scrape brokers or G scraper. I don't like scrape brokers lists. They may have some good lists for other things, but I've tried it many times and I don't get too much good out of it. I think that they sell too many of them. And by the time you start to implement it, that a lot of them don't go through. The list is very important. We're going to go over that a little bit tonight, and there'll probably another training as well. And not necessarily how to build lists, because that was the question from Alex, scrape brokers or G scraper. And by G scraper, I think he means should we just use G scraper to scrape our list? You can use G scraper or scrapebox. Here's the problem. Here's the problem when you do that. You get these things, if you don't, you got to do like one type of engine, the best way to do it. But what happens is when you do that, it takes forever to go through that whole list. And you have to go through the list and you have to basically set up a custom folder, and you tell, you're running, if you only have one license, you're running your business on that. So you have to stop all your other stuff, put in a custom folder, and just run that so it goes all the way through so there's no more targets. Then now you got a nice, sweet list that you just did. You have to do that for each engine. If you try to just, mass do it, you could do that too. But then it takes it could take longer than a month. I know I've done it myself. A G scraper got me a 2 million list. I'm like, whoo, yeah, this is awesome. To this day, I don't think I ever went all the way through it. And it just backed up everything that I had. That's why I'm trying to come out with I'm going to probably be coming out with some of my own lists, and they're going to be awesome. They're going to be great, and you guys will like them. I do buy lists sometimes, and I've been buying. I went for a while without buying them. So you can use GSA to build your list for right now, because you guys are new. You don't have big verifieds, and when it builds them out, your LPM won't be as high. But hey, you know what? If you're up into 15 or 20 LPM, think about that. 15 or 20 links per minute, and there's 24 hours in the day. I mean, do the math. That's still a lot of links. All right. What you want is quality in your list to make sure that your links are sticking, and there's not a whole bunch of you haven't polluted your verified folder, which eventually everybody does. So enough on that one. We'll get more into that later too. The whole list thing can be a whole training by itself. Okay, will you still be able to rank in the top only using the basic setup? Heck yeah, man. Yeah, when you say the basic setup, yes, you can. The only difference between what I do with the basic setup and I do now, and I'm gonna show you guys tonight, is I still use, I don't remember if I use keywords as anchor text, but I do that now, and I also use between 10 and 20 keyword phrases, and those will be my anchor text. So I try to use my main 10 or 20, just depending, So I usually do things in fives for my clients. So for 5 videos, I might use one as 10, I might use one 20, I might use another one for 30. Sometimes I even go crazy and I go higher than that. But it all depends. Again, Tony asked about the category list in GSA. I'll get to that and post it in the members area. I know I'm pretty sure I posted it somewhere, but yeah, I could have thought I posted it, not saved the page, so who knows? And Shane says, should we not worry about a list? Well, no, you can buy lists. There are lists out there. There's a gentleman by the name of Trevor. His are pretty good. And there's another guy. His name's Ryan. He's on the Black Hat forum. He's on the forum for GSA. And then there's another thing called SER lists that people are buying. I learned a lot from that when I bought it. It's just in the setup. And, I use a lot of their setup, and we'll be showing that tonight too, some of the stuff that I learned from them. I mean, you take what, you learn what you can, and you go forward. I can't show you guys everything, and there's probably guys on here tonight that know more than me. And you know what? I'm not ashamed to say that. Hopefully, there's a lot of you guys that know more than me. And then we go into Facebook, we make this community, and it's a place to be, and everybody wants to be there. That's the whole goal. You know, I try not to have any egos or nothing like that. If I can learn from someone, I'm gonna learn everything I can. That's just the way that's just the way I do things. Can you use GSA in 2 computers? You can use GSA in 2 computers. You just can only run it one at a time. If you run them both simultaneously, what'll happen is you'll get shut down, and it's not a pretty thing. It takes a while to get back up. You know, you apologize and do all that stuff. Alex, you bought your first data pack from Good, man, from Azure Virtual. Good. That's awesome. And you know what? They work well. I'm telling you right now. No, I don't. I have done the 5 tiers and the 7 tiers, and for the locals, it seems almost maybe it's too much. Tony, I don't know what you mean by does that apply to all? Oh, no, yeah, it does apply to all products. Yes. And the Alex, as far as the 5 to 7 tiers, no, man, I don't do that. The 1 tier that they have is the bomb. It really is. And I'll be posting a link on the site, probably on the Facebook or somewhere, Facebook group as well. How many emails are good? I usually use 10 per project, and I use a dude on the GSA forum. Dadgum, I can't remember his name. One Master 10. I used to use One Master 10 Aces, but Outlook has changed so much that don't work no more. It stopped working just recently. So what I do is I've been buying Yahoo emails from this dude on the GSA forum. He's got a funny name. If you go to GSA forum, let me see. Yahoo emails. I'm gonna try to look it up here. And I tell you what, the Yahoo emails, I haven't had any Yahoo emails really go bad, except the ones from Azure Virtual. I don't know why. But Alex is saying he believes it's in the member area. My emails keep getting that costless message, use the Yahoo email setup. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I know sometimes I'll get messages that the Yahoo service is down for a while. But you know what you don't do? Don't import your 10 Yahoo messages and then check them, because you just bought them. They should be good. I never do that. The one dude said, the one dude that I buy from says, don't check all your emails at one time, and so I don't. And let me see. Yeah, so I don't do that. I just import them, and you know what? They always work. I can't remember what the heck this guy's name is. Why isn't he coming up? I can look on my machine, but then I get distracted. So, okay, you're still getting 29 lead links per minute. Is it? Yeah, think about that, man. You're running 2 campaigns. Listen, when you run more campaigns, your LPM will probably go up. If you're getting 29 links per minute, because think about it, you're going through your links, your list that you have right now. If you have 2 campaigns going, you can only get, if you got 100 links, you can only get 200 links. The list motor still recommend. I have it, and I use it to dedupe my email list. But you only need it if you're going to be re-scraping other emails. Like if you're in the plumber industry, for instance, and you're going to keep scraping the plumbers and stuff like that, then yeah, you're going to need that to dedupe, because you might re-scrape them again, and it might have someone that's on your stop file. See, what you can do with list motor, you can put all the people that say stop, you can put them in a separate file, save it in a text file. Then when you run a dedupe, it'll ask you the other files. And I always have my stop file, and I put everybody's name in the stop file. And then when I dedupe it, it looks in the stop file too. So if I've scraped them again and they got back in my email list, it'll take them back out, and then I don't get in trouble for emailing if they ask me to stop. Any advantage to saving email spider can combine data versus email? No, not if you're just emailing, but some people like it because they do cold calling, so they save the emails, the phone numbers. I just save the email. That's all I ever do. Yeah, I can show you guys how to do email spider. I can do that tonight. Just remind me. I want to go over this, I want to go over the Gmail settings and stuff. Gmail, GSA settings and stuff tonight. And I also want to show you something else that, that might help you guys out as well. If there's no more questions, I'll go ahead and go forward with it. You guys good with that? Okay, I don't see any more questions popping up. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Yeah, Shane says, let's roll. Like it. Okay, I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna go on my virtual server here. And the first thing we got here is we just got, my GSA. Now, something I want to point out to you guys. Oh, daggone. I stopped and did some extra stuff. This is false. A lot of times down here, you'll get false readings. If you ever want to update this, all you do is left click on it. It says reset stats, yes, and you run it as you're running. Because sometimes you can see the stuff going up and down right here, and you're like, hold on a second. I want to log in so I make sure I'm doing everything right. So anyway, this right down here is at your LPM, and I was running at between 48 and 58. It usually goes plus or minus 10, or maybe it goes plus or minus 5, back and forth. And I'm just running public proxies. I'm doing some testing here. I've been scraping my own proxies and stuff like that. So I've been running that. Now I have tried these other proxies, and I'll tell you, I think I mentioned it before. They are the bomb. They really are. They didn't. I kept all 50 of the semi-private, or no, I did 100. I did 100 semi-private, and none of them went bad. They're a little more expensive than the other ones, but they're really good. And I think it's like it's a funny name. Anyway, I'll discover it in a second here. But here's the main thing. I've already shown you guys how to do everything over here. And yeah, where do I get proxies? How the hell how'd you come up there, man? You're coming up. Oh, you know what? It's coming up from my conference. It's popping up my virtual server. I don't know if any of you guys saw that. SSL, private proxy. That's what it is. SSL. S as in Sam, S as in Sam, L as in Lima, private proxy. You go there, and they got some killer proxies there. The only thing you can't do with those is when you go into a project. We'll go into this project right here, and I'll show you. The only thing you can't do, you can't click on form, because the people in the forums, they complain about it, and they don't like that. They don't want to get complaints about it. If you're using GSA, you let them know, and then if they get complaints, they tell you. And I got complaints like right away, so I just turned off the form on all my projects. But that's cool, because I don't really use them that much. But that's the only thing you can't do with the SSL private proxies. But they are good. See, here's some more emails that you can see. The emails failed. Those are all from the virtual. Oh no, these are all Hotmails. These are old, all Hotmails. I just haven't switched them out. So anyway, we're over here. The first thing we want to do, we're going to go into options, go into submissions. Okay, here's what we got to look at. You got to know what threads to use, and you can use between 200 and 400 most of the time without any worries. Some people say they recommend doing 10, or I'm breaking up badly. Maybe because I'm sharing my screen. Other people saying I'm sounding fine, Tony. Audio. Okay. I don't know what else to do. Tony, it's a UK thing. Scott Moody said. But everyone can hear me fine, Tony. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. Everyone else is telling me I sound great. The next time maybe we'll try it on the phone. But yeah, just your luck. Okay. But you know what? The replay will be awesome, Tony. The replay will be awesome. So here we got 400 threads. As I was saying, some people recommend doing 10 times the amount of proxies that you have. But I don't really go much more over 400. Sometimes I'll do you guys are talking about the World Cup. I don't know if you guys saw that thing on Facebook. If I want to watch someone try to score in 90 minutes, and sometimes they don't most of the time, I'll just take my friends to the bar. It's a lot more fun than watching it on TV. Anyway, Anyway, the threads, I usually do 2 to 400. I've tried the ones because I have some. One of my servers is a monster server. I got like 8 gig. It's a quad core, and it screams. And I would run 1,000 threads, and it would run for like 2 days, and then finally it'd step on itself and run out of memory, and I was doing good. But you don't need to do that. So 2 to 400 threads is just fine. I don't have anything checked here in my HTML timeout. 120 is fine as well. You can go up to 180. I just, if you got to go up to 180, I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder, is it really worth it? And is that, one of your links that might be getting taken down like right away? I'm not sure. But of course you got to click use proxies here. And I only use proxies for search engines, and I use public and private. Of course, I don't have any private ones right now. I don't have any of this checked, and I use proxies for submissions, and I use public and private as well. Now, some people only check 1 or 2. I just keep them both checked. This way I don't ever have to worry if I turn off my private and I'm doing the public, or vice versa. Sometimes I'll just use private as well, because you believe it or not, if you get like 100 private proxies and they're good, like from SSL or someone that don't burn out, you can stream, you can work really well, but 100 private proxies is about 150, $200 a month. So it gets a little pricey, just depending on how many clients you have, if you can afford it, stuff like that. Now, the other things that we have here is to stop projects on no active and restart it on active proxies. So when they go bad, you want to stop it because you don't want to be wasting links and stuff like that, and you want it to restart. And that's what I have for the first thing here. Now, if we go into configure, there's a couple things that people always ask, and that's how to get rid of these not working proxies. And I think I went over it in some of my other training, but it's real simple. You just come under delete and you say unchecked and not working. You do that and they go away. Done. I never test the proxies manually. You can add proxies here, just like the normal thing. Usually it's this one down here. You add import from the clipboard. So I'll copy and paste it if I have the shared or whatever kind of proxies, and I'll just copy and paste it from the clipboard. The other things that you have over here are options. And what I do is because I'm doing the public right now, the public proxies, I automatically search for new proxies every 30 minutes. And I test them every time I do, and I retest even the ones that were from before. And I remove bad proxies that are older than 5 minutes. So if they're bad, get them the hell out of Dodge. I don't want them around. And then I set the threads and the timeouts over here. And you can mess with this. I think this is even the default, because I try to do things the easy way, and you know what? Sometimes you can tweak stuff, and especially with GSA, if you go and start tweaking stuff and you don't know what you're doing on everything, you can break it. And one little checkbox, you can destroy a whole campaign and not know what the heck's going on, and you got to have someone going and spend hours looking at your stuff. So, how many proxies do you need per video? I don't think it's a per video. It's more of proxies that you need to how many campaigns you're running. And really, as long as your proxies are good, like if you have private proxies, I've had 100, at one time I was at like 200 private proxies, but that's all they had. But when I first started, I only had 30 semi-private, and everything else was public. And right now, I'm running on just public proxies. I don't think there's the right number. You can start off with 20, have GSA do some private ones. Some people recommend you don't ever use public ones. They say they suck. But you know what? I'm using all public right now, and I'm up. I was doing like 46 links per minute when it was running. I stopped it because sometimes I don't know if you've been on, any of you guys are on the VPS right now, but sometimes after running for a while it'll get slow, and I wanted to make sure everything was responsive for me. So that's why I stopped it. So that's it for all the proxies. When I hit OK, it's going to go away. We're going to go back into options here, and we'll go to the next thing, the CAPTCHAs. GSA CAPTCHA breaker. I usually put retries at 3. That's it. Right here, just click retry 3, and I say OK. I don't mess with nothing else. Okay? And then what we're going to do next, let's come down to the next thing, indexing. Indexing. Let me tell you something. This is, what do I mean by campaign per line? Okay, let me go back. What per campaign, Shane? What do you mean by campaign per line of submit verified running? I don't think it matters how many proxies you have. Maybe I said something you misunderstood or something. So one campaign is everything for one video. Yes, that's how I do it. Now, some people will break them up, and you know what? You can get more links sometimes quicker if you break up for one video. You do a campaign for and I've seen this. Some people do it. They'll just do like blog comments and something else in one. It's all going to the same video, and then they do another campaign, and it's a certain set of engines. And I think it was a template that someone gave away. One of my competitors maybe gave it away or something. I've seen it do it that way, but you know what? Me and all my students and the people that I coach, we do it this way, and ours work just fine. I have some students that'll put in multiple URLs in a campaign too. If it's, if they got 5 videos for a client, they'll just run that, and there's 5 videos that the things get posted to. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean, but I can show you. Okay, we're on indexing, and we'll get into that in just a second. Here's what I mean. If you come in here in a campaign, see if you do this pull down, I only got one video, but what you can do is you can add another one. You can add a URL and you put it in, and then what happens is okay, so now what happens is when it runs this campaign, it randomly use random URL from above. So then it uses both of these URLs. I like to hammer my one video that I want to get going. Yeah, you can do. Listen, you can do 100. I mean, you can do 30 campaigns, Jerry, with 10 private proxies. Absolutely. GSA is smart enough. And remember, the way we set this up. Let me go ahead and get out of here. There's some good questions coming in here too. So when we set this up, remember for the submissions, for the proxies, we're just whenever we hit the search engine, if we're building stuff or we're looking for links, it's going to use a public and a private proxy. It doesn't matter to us. We're telling that's what we want to use. Now, when we submit it, that's the only other time we're using it. So if we're submitting a link, it'll use a public or a private. So it's smart enough to rotate them and try to make sure that it's not stepping on itself and using the same one at the same IP address all the time to the same property. It's smart enough. So having 10, if you have 10 private ones, that might be as good as 20 or 30, shared ones. But I like the more the better, in my opinion. Okay. So you can I like to start off with like 20 or 30 shared, because this way you got 20 or 30, and then if you mix in the public, which everyone's going to tell you, oh, don't do that. Hey, when you're first starting out, try it and see what you get. Then if you try it for a month or so and you know what you're getting, turn that off and maybe double your shared or get 100 private. There's no deal breaker. If you're running this on your desktop and you got proxies, it don't matter. I use my desktop for the first 2 months. I couldn't afford a VPS. But some of us are. I'm like, hey, it's working on my PC. I had one PC just standing in the corner and it just ran. But with a VPS, it's always going to be running. It's way faster. Although some people say they can get their laptop to run as fast as VPS. It's up to you. It will run on the PC, and you will be able to get rank on the first page of Google if you run it on your PC. It's a VPS. It's out there. It's not taking up resources. It's $28 a month. Valerie says 100 threads and she's getting about 23 LPM. Yeah, that's good. Think about it. 20 links per minute, 23 links per minute times 24. Times 23 times 1440. So you're getting 33,000. It's possible for you to get 33,120 links if it's running 24/7. So putting it and stopping it like I show you at 1,500 or 2,500 is just fine. You're good with that. So you can get that. You should be able to get that overnight. Sometimes there was a time where I wasn't even getting that. So don't get too wrapped up in the LPMs. As long as your campaigns are pausing when you tell it to, don't worry so much about it. I have a friend. Actually, one of my friends I told you guys about the other day that he's a general contractor. When he hit 20, he was ecstatic. He never gets as high as me, and a lot of it has to do with your power of your machine as well. Like I have a screaming machine, and I'm running on public proxy, so I'm gonna get more with my proxies. So let's go back to indexing, and no, you don't need any antivirus or firewall stuff for this stuff. You're good with this. You used to have to with SE-Nuke. I can't tell you how many flipping times I got viruses from SE-Nuke, man. It was terrible. But listen, indexing is very important. I want to talk about indexing. You want to make sure that your links are getting indexed, okay? And you want to make sure that the list you have and the links you're getting out there are being counted. And the indexing service has a lot to do with that. I use this link center I have in there. It's like, I think it's $8 a month. So I left it there. I know I did it when I first tried the first month or so. I was getting like 40, 50% index for $9 a month, $8 a month. I'll take it. As you can see, I've had several other. I used to use, and I recommend on my course, indexification. It works for some people. I have a couple beta testers say it works for them great. I'm like, okay, fine. It didn't work for me. I checked my stuff. It wasn't working so well. Just recently, I changed the instant link indexer, and he's the guy who was behind indexification. So that's where that is. That's where that is. So I use this one. Now, listen, there's other people out there that'll tell you. I mean, I'm just letting you read between the lines here, okay? There's other people out here that will tell you that their indexer uses all the same scripts as everybody else's. You see these three right here that I've used? I've used them. Let me tell you something. I was more than disappointed by all of these that touted themselves as being the best indexer. I'm talking like 20%. 20% indexing, and this is even after a month. I had some that was even less than that at times for certain campaigns. That should never happen. Never. So if I were you and someone's recommending you any of these indexers, Links and Tours, good. I got that one, and it does work. I would not. Oh man, thanks, dude. Thanks. I appreciate that. Well, let me know that. I don't think you see them all. You can't see them all. No, you can see that one. All right. Well, hey, I'll know it. I'll just have them. You know what? I'll have them. Let me just go over here. I'll have them redo it for me if I get banned. That's all right. It's happened before. But over here, we're in the filters. For the filters, you know, this is like default kind of stuff. I just leave this alone. I never even did anything to this, and this came up. And thanks, Tony, by telling me you can see my stuff. The next section we're going to do is the advanced, okay? In the advanced section, what we do, because you guys are mostly starting out, you wanna have the verified checked off for sure, and maybe even identified, because you want your identified to go in there. If you have a verified list, here's what I do when I have my verified list. Here's what I'd recommend that you guys do. You keep this unchecked, because it's nothing. Whatever you check here, GSA is going to write in that folder when it's supposed to. If you don't have nothing checked here, GSA ain't right. Like me, GSA doesn't write to any of my folders except my verified folder. Okay? I tell you what, Jerry Hancock, I'll give you a list of indexers that I recommend. You can just assume that if it's not on my list, it's one I don't recommend, okay? Because if I put a list out there and say I don't recommend this, that, and the other, people could come after me, whatnot. I'm just going to say these are the ones I recommend. That's what we'll do. But we're in the advanced section here, and anything you have checked up here, right here, verified, failed, and submitted, that's what GSA will write to. So right now, if I tell GSA indexer, I don't know. I haven't tried it. It's $20, so I don't know if it works good. I know it takes up a lot of resources, and people do have it. They only use it like once a week or once a month. So I don't know. It's kind of manual thing. But anything I have checked off right here, that's what GSA is gonna write to. So if right now I wanted to start building lists. If I want to start building lists and I don't have checked and identified, it's not going to write nothing there because I'm not telling it to. So here's what you do if you have purchased a list. What I do, I come in here and in the failed. I don't have the check, so nothing's going to be saved there. But what I do, I come in here, I go open folder, and I select all, come here, I select them all, and highlight them, and then I hit delete. Then what I do is I come in here under tools. If I have an SL file, if it's an SL file, this is how you do it. Then I come in here and I'll say import site list, and I say failed. And when you do that, you're going to import that list into your failed folder. GSA is never going to write to it. And then what you do, here's what you do. We'll come back to this in just a second. Here's what you do. Then when you come in here into your project, each project you want to use this new list, you come into options. You scroll down here. And you say, see, I got failed already. This is one that I already have set up. So you say failed. If you do verified and failed, now it's going to go to verified and failed to find all of its targets. And that's how you do it when you buy a list. Now, what you do is what I do is I take 1 or 2 campaigns and just check failed until I get no targets. No targets to post. Now I know I've been through all the failed, right? Then I can go in and delete the failed, because now they're all in my verified folder, and get my next list and bring it in and let it go through the same way. Got it? Did I explain that good? Yes, Valerie, you can do it that way if you want to. You can do it either way, but just make sure that, please explain more slowly. Just make sure that when you import it, here's what you want to do. If you're buying lists and you're doing it that way, and you want to do, import it this way, you know what? We can rerun the video if you guys are getting confused. Rerun it again, but I'm gonna explain it really slowly here. If you're gonna import it into any folder, you wanna delete everything in that folder. So if you got your identified there and you're buying lists, you want to delete your identified because you already have a bunch of identifieds in there. And you know what? You could have duplicates in there. You can have all kinds of stuff, and you don't want to do that. When you get a fresh list, you want to use that fresh list and go through that, so you know when you're done with it. So that's why I put mine in failed. I know, you can put it in identified too, and that was some of the things from SCR list that they tell you to do it in identified, and that's fine too. I just right now, because everybody's so new, I don't want to tell you guys to use identified, because some of you guys are gonna freak out. What? Identified? And everywhere you go on these forms, everyone's telling you, you're gonna do identified and verified is the only thing you need. Okay? So how do we add content in the GSA? Well, we do that with Wicked Article Creator. We're gonna go over that another time. Yes, exactly. So Shane says, so you don't continue to use the same list then? Yes, it's all in verified. Okay, everything goes into verified. It's listed. But you know what? That's not the answer either. And I'm gonna have more answers for you on the verified, because what ends up happening when you start buying these lists, you're polluting your verified, and there's ways around it, and there's a very, very difficult way to keep. There's really no way to keep a verified list clean, except for the tool I'm writing right now. So we're gonna have that. Don't worry about that. It'll be out soon enough. You guys are just starting. Even though if you're buying lists, just go for it and do what you got to do, okay, to get these lists. And you'll see, even though your verified list can be polluted, even though you might have 15 links or 30 links a minute, you're still going to rank video, okay? That's the great thing about this. So don't overcomplicate things. Don't start thinking you're not, this ain't going to happen. No, just keep doing what I'm showing you in the class. You're going to keep ranking videos. You truly are. Everything that I'm saying is like fine-tuning stuff. Everything I'm explaining tonight, this is more advanced. It's fine-tuning. You're still going to rank the way you're doing it and with what you have, okay? Even if you buy a list and you pollute your verified list, you're still going to rank. Now, here's another thing you want to do once a week. You want to come down here. You want to do remove duplicate URLs, okay? And maybe once every 2 weeks, you want to remove duplicate domains. Okay, and you want to do it. When you do it, you have verified check, and you say remove duplicate URLs. See, you can check which ones right here. You can say identified, submitted. Because we're using identified or failed as ours, I'll always uncheck that. Submitted, I don't really care about, so I just do verified, and I just hit boom. Oh my God, this could take forever. So you know what, not really. I'm just messing with you guys. So right here, it tells you everything. So you can even uncheck it here. I just say delete everything. You know, just say okay. It's gonna go through and it's gonna delete all my duplicate URLs. Now look, I just did this 2 days ago. Okay, 2 days ago. That's why I'm letting it run, because you know, sometimes. And when I did it, I deleted 2.5 million duplicates. So can you imagine how much faster my stuff's running right now? Look, let's see how much is deleted. 4,000 duplicates. Man, that's a record right there. But what I'm telling you guys is this is what you have to do. Yes, that's under tools. Just to show you guys again. Look, I'll say okay, and we'll go right here, options, and we'll come here, come down advanced. Okay, advanced tools, right here. And that's where you know you can get all your stuff right down here. We say remove duplicate URLs or domains, and you want to do both of them. Okay, you want to do the URLs at least once a week, domains once or twice a month. And you know what? Your system will run a lot smoother because you get duplicate links out the wazoo. I had 2.5 million duplicates. So that's what you want to do. Okay. One more thing I want to show you guys. This is another thing. It's kind of like, you know, a little messed up, a little confusing. If you say stats, you see how I did that? Let me do that again. Under tools, show stats. Going to verified. And this shows us all the verified links that we've gotten in our folders, okay? So if you're doing this right now, after you've run it for like 3 weeks or a month, 2 months, I don't know how long you guys have been using GSA, but what you want to do is you want to, what happened to the broadband breaks? Huh? Oh, if you're running on a VPS, there's someone else that has that. I think you might be was that Alex, I think maybe? Or Shane, one of them, I think. It was pretty funny. He said, hey man, can I turn off my laptop? I got a VPS. I'm like, yeah, you turn your laptop off, your VPS going to keep running. He goes, they've been running their laptop for 2 days. Yeah, man, you can. That was saying, yeah, that was funny, man. But yeah, once you get everything running on your VPS, you can disconnect and it keeps running. Okay, it works. This is a great thing for you guys, for all of us. So what you want to do, listen, if you've only been doing this for 3 weeks or a month, I would go in here and I would pick. Here's what you do. You hit save, okay? You hit save, and we're gonna go GSA, Joe stuff, okay? And I'm gonna say stats. Okay, we're gonna save it in stats, and then here's what you do. We're gonna use stats to only use this as our search engines that we pick. Now this is a pain in the butt to do, but you only have to do it once. So you have this list right here. You have this list right here, and what you do is you go into one of your projects. Okay, see all these options here? You come over, you open this up. All right, maybe make it come out a little more so you can read better. Okay, you ain't gonna let me. So you bring up your notepad right here, and you come up and you pick your number, like Article Beach. You know what? I got 66, and that's all I got all the time I'm doing. Dude, I shouldn't be wasting my time with that. Okay, so I uncheck it. I don't know why it's still checked. If it's that bad, bring this back up here. Okay, next one's Article Dashboard. I got 65. That shouldn't be in there. Okay, you guys get the drift, and you go through this whole list. And you uncheck the stuff that you like. If you guys doing 3 weeks, maybe pick 100 or 150, and you go through each one of these that you don't have them, and you uncheck them. Like, what is this one? 300. That's probably borderline. Article Buddy Press, definitely going to have that one. Drupal blog, 15,000. I'm going to keep that one. So you go through all these, you uncheck the ones you don't want. Okay, you do that for each one. If you scroll down there, you'll see. You don't create accounts for none of this. GSA does all this for you. So you just come down here and you just pick the one, you pick your number. Like if I was doing this, I would say 1,000 or more for me, maybe even more, but 1,000, you know, okay, that's cool. Okay, I'm seeing messages on my one computer, but I'm not seeing on my other computer. All right. Anyway, you just go through all this, and when you're done doing this, what you do is you just right-click anywhere here, right-click, and you say, load save engine selection, save current, and then you just name it. Good. I'll say engines 619. Oh no, 621. 2014. So this way, now if I start a new project or whatever, I go to another one, I can just right-click and say load save, and I can load up the one I just did, and it loads up. Real simple. You guys got that one? That's pretty simple. It's one of them pain in the butt things you got to do, but you got to do it. And especially, oh, don't tell me this. I hate when this happens. Okay, there we go. How did I load that campaign? Well, the campaign itself, I just double click on it here. To load the engine, I right click in this part of the thing, and then I come down here, load save engine, and then I pick the one I saved, engine 621. But I don't want to hit that because it gave me like a not responding, and I don't want to have to start over and then nothing. Yes, it's going to take a bit of learning, but remember, you guys don't have to do this right now. You don't really ever have to do it. This is the fine tuning. I used to be a wrestler, and they used to always tell us there's a fine line between being good and being great. And, you know, you always want to get over that fine line. So what we're doing right now is we're cutting hairs to be good, the difference between being good and great, okay? So right now, learn to be good. That's what I mean, some of these things that, you know, you're saying, oh my goodness, this is too hard. Then don't do it right now. Learn what you're doing right now until it's second nature. Then you go back and you watch the video, or you can email me. Look, you guys can email, go on a Facebook group. There's a lot of smart people there. Then you can go into the advanced sections. But we're showing this. People were asking for the GSA stuff. Some of the stuff you guys can do. Some of the stuff might be too complicated. That's okay. That's okay. Learn to be good first. That's my recommendation to everybody. Now, there's one other thing, and I think I showed it you guys already in the options here, and that is yeah, we did. Oh, let me go back to advanced. Make sure I didn't skip nothing. That's where we were. I know I'm jumping all around, but I want to explain everything that everything is, that's coherent. I want to explain everything. So the other things that we have in here, we save PR with URL format, and then down here we get PR to verified URLs and enable important messages for projects. And that's what we do. That's our host setup, more of our advanced setup. If you just listen, if we just go through this part right here, which is really just checking stuff off, you will get your LPMs will rise tremendously. Okay, just doing this without doing all the other stuff that you guys think is complicated or looks scary to you. That's okay, man. That's okay. Just like I said, just learn to be good right now. And if you just do what I just showed you in this area, your link, your LPM is going to increase immensely. Okay. And what we'll eventually do, we'll get to a point, we'll be providing each other all these lists that we'll have. We won't have to worry about anyone else. We won't have to worry about buying the wrong list because we'll have the schnizzle. I'm serious. That's where we're headed. So that's it in the advanced part. I can go into the campaign again. If you double click on a campaign, it comes up. And I showed you how you can add the URL. Good, I didn't save or didn't save, whatever. The only thing that I'm familiar with, or that I stress, and I already showed you guys all this stuff, is there's two things I want to show you guys in this, and that is, and I think I showed you this in training as well. This is the only filter I use. I say try to skip creating no follow links. When you're doing videos, you want do follow links, as many as possible. If you can get 99%, it's all the better. I've had competitors throw no follow links at my videos and they've dropped. So I know people, the so-called SEO gurus say, oh, they case study this and they case study that. And really, no follow is the same as do follow. You still credit. You know what? When people can throw no follow links at you and your stuff drops, or you talk to a fellow peer and they're as good as you or better, and they go, oh, you want to do negative SEO? Just throw no follow links at it. you know that you don't want no do follow links. No follow links. You want all do follow. And and you know what? I'm working on that too. Okay, I'm working on a way so we can pull out. I do it now, but the one program that I use stopped working. I've tried to give it to other people, and it just doesn't work. They download it. You know, I'm constantly pulling out do follows out of all my lists. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that. There's one other thing that I'm not positive that I use in my training or that I did in my training, but right here for our videos, we want to copy the ID. Everything on the right side of the equal sign, we right click and copy, and we go all the way down to the bottom. Right here for YouTube ID, we want to make sure that this is our YouTube ID. Okay, we had the right one in there. What this does is when it starts dropping links all over the place to all these other video sites, it's dropping our video ID. I get 100, 300, 400, 500 views just dropping my videos to these other video sites. It works well. So this is just another tip. I don't know if I did it in my training, but you guys got it now. So that's what we do to help increase exposure to our videos. Okay? Sometimes you get these. Now, if you get these and you're a perfectionist, you can go in, you can say abort, and I'll show you how to do that. Or if you're like me and don't care, you can just hit ignore. It doesn't hurt. But you can hit abort, and you go in that was German, so I'm going to find the German stuff down at the bottom usually. Let me see, guestbook German. Right click on it right here, and you can say, where is it? Disable engines that use this. Now that's gone. Go back down because there's a couple. I think there's one more German and a Polish one. This one will do. So if you're a perfectionist and you don't want to see that stuff come up every time you hit OK, okay, I think we're done. Now hit OK. Yep, there you go. We're done. So that's how you do that. That's pretty much in a nutshell. One more thing I want to. How do I delete those again? Valerie, how did I know you're going to ask me that? No, I'm just kidding. How to do that again? What you do is, I got to find another one. I think there's one over here. I know this one is one. If I come in here and I hit say OK, see? This stuff, spin tax is incorrect. Sometimes Wicked Article Creator will mess up the spin tax. So you hit abort. Okay? Then when you hit abort, you go to the German right here. See the German? I'll right click in there. Look, I'm going to show you again. Description 250 German. Right click in there. And I'm going to say disable engines that use this. Done. Now see this guestbook title? Come right in here. Right click. Disable search engines that use that. And I think the Polish, here's the Polish one right here. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to say disable engines that use this. Okay? And I think that's it. Hit OK. Beautiful. See? Real simple. It really is. All you need to do is just be shown it. That's what I say about us nerds, because I'm a nerd that don't know how to sell. If you haven't been taught how to sell, you're not gonna know how to sell. But we're smart, so all you need is to be taught. And just like this, watch the video a few times. When the replay comes out, just watch it. Hit pause and do it as I'm doing it. If you have two computers, if you don't, use it on one computer. Pause it. Go to your GSA. Do what I do. Just do it like that. It works great. What was I going to show you guys? There was one more thing. When you start up, I've been getting a lot of questions. How many can you start? How many campaigns, can you run and all this stuff? And this, that, and the other. It's pretty much unlimited. You just have to know how to use it. If you come over here to start, this little button here, you can say scheduler, and you want to say all with status active. And what you tell it here, it's kind of hard, got the stuff going through it. Let me see. Can you still see on the screen? Yeah, okay. So what you're telling it here is, you can say number of projects to run, how many switch to the next project after 20 minutes. You can even do it on dates. I don't do that. I do 10 projects for 20 minutes and then switch. Okay, stop projects with status of active pause, meaning if I say 1,500 pause after 1,500 submission, pause for a day, 1,440 minutes, it'll stop for me, okay? But what this does 10 for 20 minutes. So think about it. If you got, okay, let's just take an example, 20 minutes. So there's 3 20 minutes in an hour, right? So this is my thought process. There's 3 20 minutes. So if I do 10 projects for 20 minutes, I can do 3 times. So that would be 30 projects. Now what if I upped it to 15? Now I can do 45 projects. Okay? You just got to make sure that you have enough time to get through them all. You know, sometimes if you do too many, if you do say, okay, let's do 20 in 20 minutes, you might not get through all your projects. So you may have to increase it. You may have to decrease the minutes and increase the projects. You know, but you got to test that. But you know, 10 to 20 on this machine right now. You know, I have a lot. With some of them that open up, I got a lot of projects. A lot of people have cities and whatnot. But you know, so that's how that works. You do the scheduler. It works, man. It works great. That's how you can get more campaigns out of what we're doing here. So that's what I wanted to show you there. That's an important thing right there. Because most of us just hit start, boom, it goes and does 20, 30 campaigns. You know what? It runs fine like that. But after a while, it starts to slow down a little bit. So that's that. And let me go somewhere else here. Here's something that I want to show you. Oh, you know what? Let me go back to virtual server here. If we want to I'm trying to think what my thought process was. My mother-in-law came here on the phone. She didn't know I was doing this, so she's talking over there. Oh yeah. So I tell you the list is important, and I tell you the indexing is important. So we got to figure out if our indexer is working. We got to figure out if the list we got sucks. Okay? And here's how to do it. What we do is we just come on, like right here. We can we right-click on the campaign. We do show URLs. Okay? Right there, right? And then we say show us verified. Okay? Once we do that, all we do is come right here, export, and we say format URL only, and then we save it wherever we save it. Okay? Now I did all this already, and I copied it down to my hard drive. So we're gonna do one real quick. I only got 400 in there. I just started the campaign earlier today. Okay? So we're gonna come down here in Scrapebox. I already imported everything, right? These are all my URLs. Just today, 400 something links. What is it? 382. 382 verified. So what you do, you come in here and do check, index, Google. Okay? Now here's what it's doing. It's going through, and you know I like to talk and I can talk. So I think I can talk long enough for us to get through this 382, even if we're sharing our screen. Okay? Now if you look over here, you're getting error 404, 404. Okay? What that's meaning is it's not finding those links. So of the 382, I don't know how many I'm going to end up, but it's going to tell me. I'm going to show you guys right now what how it's going to end up. And my verified list is polluted like crazy. Okay, I know that already, and that's why I'm making this tool so we can unpollute our verified file. So this is going. It's about halfway done. We can watch it. I can start answering a few questions as well. Okay, let me go back up. I think I missed some. Oh, it stopped. Now I can go through this. It'll stop for us. Okay, still confused. All right, cool. So I'm caught up. What happens if broad? Okay, where there? Shane's laughing. The average time. What's an average time for average competitive niche? Okay, it's done. It's done now. So we come here. Look at this. You see how bad my list sucks? And now listen. I just did it today, right? I just did it today, hours ago. So you might not find as many right now because sometimes it takes a while for these to get indexed. But this, just looking at this, if I did this and this was like a week old, and I did this many URLs, I would be like livid. I just bought this list and I got only this many, but this will show you. Now, what I find sometimes, especially when I was using those other indexers, is I would have right here like 5,000. I do it like 2,500 and 5,000 verified, and I have like 300 index and like I don't know, 800 not index. Something, it was some astronomical amount. So what you have to do is you can't go by the URLs of process right now. I mean, if we're looking at this, and we know that it's new, so probably in the next 3 or 4 days, the index and that index is going to go up a lot because I'm sure there's, it's a little bit better than this. But the only thing we can do is say this: Scrapebox found 11 links out of 382. So if we're just looking at straight from the surface, that percentage sucks bad. Now we want to get a lot more, and that's why people always buy lists. But this is just an example of what you got to do to check. I know that the indexer I use is way better than this, and I know that my file is better than this. But I think, as a matter of fact, I think this is all from about a list that I did just buy. But I think I bought it like a week ago. When you buy these lists, you want to use it right away, because if you don't, it gets wore out really quick. I mean, think about it. You buy a list and you put it through all your campaigns and you're running it. The next guy does, let's say you got 50 people. You're all running through at least 10 campaigns. That thing's gonna be spent really quick. So you guys understand this, right? I hope you do. If you don't, you can ask questions. I'm always here for you guys. You guys know that. So if I upload 3 to 5 videos to YouTube with all close related keywords, can I run them all on one campaign, maybe 30 proxies? Can I try to rank? Here's what I would do, Jerry. If you upload 3 to 5 videos to YouTube with all close related keywords, I wouldn't run them all on the same campaign, because you want to get your links out there as quickly as possible. I would create 3 to 5 campaigns for those videos. I wouldn't worry about the proxies. You're worrying way too much about the proxies. Seriously. I mean, think about it. You get 20 proxies. It's smart enough to do 20 proxies. You could do all that with 20 proxies easily. But you also got the private one or the public ones. You can tell GSA to search for you. I got thousands of them, so don't worry about that. You just hit the ground running, upload your videos. One video equals one campaign. That's how I've been doing it. I know that some of you guys have learned from someone else, and they're doing a bunch of different campaigns. And you know what? You can do that too. But I just create one, and I have people that, Jerry, that's done it just like you're thinking about doing it, and it works that way too. Either way, the reason why I like to keep everything separated in one campaign is for when you want to, once you get going and you want to pull out the do follows. It's easier sometimes just to pull out like one thing instead of going in like 10 different campaigns and trying to pull out, you got to export all the URLs and whatnot. But yes, you can do one campaign. That's the way I've been doing it. Listen, let's put it this way. Did you guys, how many people looked at the Facebook group before you came on this call? Just you can put a 1 in there if you did, in this chat box. Everyone will see. Cool. We got a few. So let me ask you, did you see the thing? Did you see the testimony that, oh, Bruce is on. Hey, Bruce, how's it going? Did you see the testimony by Bruce Myron? 19 days. His video's on the first page. Now, it's like bottom, middle of the first page. It probably depends where you're looking at it from. But you know what? It's going to go up more. 19 days. I did it with one campaign. And he's getting more. I mean, I'm watching the other keywords too. I don't have multiple keywords, not just for the one. So I'm working on the other keywords as well. But this is what I do. This is how I, if you guys just follow what I'm teaching you guys, it's gonna work. Don't worry. Listen. Don't worry about what other people have taught you, and always do everything yourself if you can. If you don't want to, like me, I'll admit I'm lazy, man. When I was doing websites, I used this dude, Matt LeClaire. He was on a Warrior forum, and he would get sites ranked for you. This is when you could, when you could spam websites, and Google lets you do that. He would have two for 1 videos all the time, and I would buy them in my first year. Every client I got, I had so many. I didn't do anything after I found his service, because I bought everything up. And then after the first year, when Penguin came about, right about when Penguin came about, all my invoices came due. I had $10,000 or $12,000 of the invoices for regular prices, but Penguin came and I didn't need it anymore. So if you're lazy like that, like me, if I found a service like that, I'm gonna pay, so I don't have to do. I could just sell. That's what I like to do. I like to sell, and you know, it's like the whole game of selling. Even though I'm a nerd, but if you like that, you know, find someone who can do the done for you service like I did for Bruce. Seriously, if you like to do it, then do it. But at the minimum, test it first, like Bruce did. Bruce tested it. He said he was skeptical. But you know what? We got them up there. We got a couple that are coming up too. They're coming right up. They did some done for you. Hopefully I get some testimonials from them. But I'm not trying to say on that. I'm just showing you guys. You guys keep asking only one campaign, and I'm pretty sure I know where the one campaign question is coming from. But you know what? That person bought my course back in December. Okay, if it's the right person, the person I'm thinking of, they bought my course in December. All right. Now they buy my course, they come to me for advice. So trust me when I tell you, if you use what I'm teaching you, you're going to rank just like I do. Okay? Let me go on to the next question. I regress sometimes. So, how do you, okay. Can you drip feed links with GSA? That's kind of what we do, Tony, when we tell it to stop dropping links for every 1,500 or 2,500 links for 1,440 minutes. That's kind of like drip feeding right there. You can make it less. You can make it like once we start ranking on the first page of Google, I usually back off the 1,500 links and maybe take it down to about 500 submitted, thinking I'm going to get 50 links, you know, out of 500 submitted a day. And then, you know, then it looks like you're still getting links and you're like maintaining. So yeah, you can drip feed just like that. Do I use other rankings besides videos? No, I stopped when I realized that Google is on a personal vendetta against SEO agencies and SEO people in general and ranking websites, and they're trying to do everything they can to stop us from ranking websites. I just said, you know what? The hell with it. I'm not going to do it no more, because they even went as far, and I know you guys probably heard me say this before. They went on Black Hat Forum, and they found all their links that they were selling, these fake sites, Russian sites, and Matt Cutts was laughing about it. One speech he did. It's on YouTube. He's laughing about it. If they're paying people, you know he didn't do it, but if they're paying people to go on a Black Hat Forum, sign up for all this stuff, to find out what the private blog networks are, it's only a matter of time before yours gets found. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. That's why, you know what? I'm not going to do all that hard work, because blog networks can be a pain in the butt, and it's a lot of work. I'm just, you know what? I'm doing what's working right now, and I see this working, and I'm going to make as much as I can. And I'm going to keep going, and then I'll do the next thing that starts to work too. This one took me a while to figure out videos, but I got it down now. And if you just follow the steps, you can rank, and you can make you know, 5-figure income as long as you keep your nose to the grindstone and you do things right, and you sell. Don't be afraid to ask for the money. In the worst case, they say no. Best case is they say, oh, 750. How about 600? Oh, I don't know. How, you know, you try to meet them halfway, and then, you know, whatever. But this is how you got to do this. I can't stress enough about that. Now, how many people have started like emailing? Has anybody started emailing yet? Hit one. Type an E in the sidebar if you've been emailing yet. What's a 2, Tony? I guess that's a yes, right? Hit an E if you've been emailing. Not yet. Okay. Well, listen, you guys got to start doing that, because that's the sales part. Listen, if you don't have videos ranking, that everyone saw my example on the Facebook group where I did Ultimate Handyman now, right? Everyone see that? You know we got the top 4, man. Top 4. Now, for Ultimate Handyman Fort Lauderdale. Okay, you don't know, Tony. You don't need to learn how to do GSA first. You know what? You get a client. You get the clients first. And then when you get the clients first, then you can worry about that. Oh man. No, I don't have any troubles with my. You know what? I've had a lot of people, Valerie, ask about getting their YouTube shut down. I have not. The only time I got mine. Yeah, Ultimate Handyman Fort Lauderdale, Shane. Look at it. Look at the videos. But Valerie, you said getting your YouTube shut down. I don't have any issues with that. I really don't. I go on. I do it the way that I show in the course. You know, I create a Gmail account. You know, I try to make a keyword relevant, and then I go in and I make my YouTube account. I put in, you know, everything in there. I optimize my YouTube channel. I do all that, and then I also put in the keywords. I try to make a custom URL. I make it look used, and I also upload, you know, the 4 or 5 videos or 3 videos. I very rarely will I just upload 1 video and leave it there. I see a lot of people do that, and I think that's dangerous. I don't know if that's how you're doing it, but I think that's dangerous. And I'm not doing playlists. I don't do playlists anymore. They don't rank like they used to. I can tell you that. I used to have playlists ranking in the top 3 for medium to weak niches, not for the attorney niches. They'll never happen. But I stopped doing them because they don't rank as well. They really don't. I think Google caught on to that. Getting confused where to start. You need to start as a Q&A. Pick a niche. Pick a niche that can support $300 or more, or if you want to take $250, that's cool. You want it to be at least $300 a month, because this way they can pay you. You can get paid. Okay. Pick a niche. Get some videos ranked, just like I did last week with the handyman thing. You know. So you get some videos. You make some videos. If you don't have any videos, if you're video challenged, hey, I'm video challenged. I can make an opening slide now, but I learned that. But when I first started, I'm graphically challenged and video challenged. Get some PLR videos. I give the resource out that I use. Or if you don't even want to do that, you can buy my done for you service. I got that awesome special right now. You can use that for anything. If you bought a 5-pack, I'm gonna give you 6 videos. And I tell you, if your niche is in, I don't know if you guys saw the new thing I just put up there because it ends tonight. I give you all the niches that I got videos for. I mean, that's if I were anybody, I would be buying a 5-pack at least. Now I know I'm gonna get 6 videos. I might have to pay for it now, 3 months in a row. I'm gonna get me 6 videos, and Joe is gonna give me 1 for that niche. And if I give you 1, you can make that 1 into 6. If you want to use it for the same niche, you can use it. Let's put it this way: you could use the 1 video, make it into 5 for the first client you get. You get another client, the same niche. You can use the same video, just change the slide and make them into 5. You just got your whole stock videos. I mean, that's what I would do. Okay. I can understand that. Yeah. Okay. You bought that. Yeah. I can understand. But that's where I would go with that. I mean, and if you can't do that, what you do is you got to get the PLR videos. They got the whiteboard one that was out for like $8 or $9. The $13, I think it was $13 for volume 13 of the PLR stuff that I bought. Those are professional videos. You can use them, man. But that's what you do. Start with a niche. Get some videos ranked, some pulled up videos like I did with the handyman. Okay, you saw that. It took me 3 days to get on the first page of Google. 3 days. You can sell it all day long to plumbers, to AC people, to handyman. You can sell them anywhere. You could do that. And then once you get on there, you got a client. Now you got some money. Okay. Now you can take a choice. Do I make the client? Do I make the videos, or do I buy a done for you service? I mean, you could do that afterwards too. I still got the done for you service. It's just not the great deal it is today. But you can still buy them when you get a client. It's easy. And do the same thing. Say, hey Joe, I want done for you service. Can you you see the niches that I have, man. I'm gonna do this niche, and I'm targeting this. Can you hook me up? I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging. I'm here to help you guys. So that's where we are. And then once you do that, then once you get 1 client like that, you'll be able to get a whole boatload of clients. Selling, because you're gonna be used to the process. This is a system that you guys can see. It's a whole business system, and no one out there is showing you guys how to do this. So that's the steps. Pick a niche. You get the videos ranked. If you don't have any proof, you get the videos ranked. The videos ranked. Yeah, that's what you do. Oh, okay. That's what you do. You get the videos ranked. Once you get the videos ranked, then you got to make the videos. And then you got to go on and you do the next thing. It's a whole system. And once you get this down, you get like 2 or 3 clients, you're going to have the system down, and it's going to be easy. Once you get it down and you know everything, then you can start doing like I showed you last week by building this, or Tuesday, by building the Salesforce, get a couple of VAs doing some work for you. Maybe you get some great salesperson that wants to do a phone room for you. Just when you do that, you make sure that all the invoices are sent by you. You get paid first and you pay them. That's what you got to make sure. And you got to keep a close eye on that too, because you don't want these guys ripping you off. But that's it. And then you got a great business going. It's real simple that way. And here's another thing. You just gotta stay focused, okay? Stop buying everything right now. You got everything. I mean, if you don't have GSA yet, it's not an issue. You can get the done for you service, one video to get you some referrals. I'll give you a referral if you buy the done for you service, so you can use as demos to sell people. But that's where you want to go. Stop buying all these different tools. I know it's hard not to do, especially if you got some money, money in your PayPal, man. It's like, oh, they use these phrases and these catches that catch you. You just gotta have it. You start foaming at the mouth. Just stop and stay focused on this. Pick your niche and say, okay, I want to focus on this niche. I'm just gonna sell AC people right now. That's all I'm gonna hook up with. Or I don't know what's big in the UK for you, Tony. But I know, like, I live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So, AC is big year round pretty much. It's bigger in the summer. There's pool companies that I can use. Pool companies pay big money. A lot of people don't believe it. They pay big money. I used to have about 10 pool companies that they were my clients. So there's all kinds of different niches you can do, but you got to stay focused. Stay focused. If someone calls you, hey, just got this thing, yeah, that's great. I'm focused on my AC guys. Focus on my AC niche. And that's what you do. But you know what you got to do? You can't get anything done unless you do it. Serious. You got to do it. Okay, you just got to learn how to use them all. So listen, here's what I'll do. I will make a video for Wicked Article Creator as soon as I can here in the next couple of days, and I'll post it in the forum. I thought I had one there already, but I'll post it in the forum, and I'll make sure that the categories are there too. I think I've answered all the questions that have been up there. If anyone else has any other questions, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. There we go. Get that nice pretty thing there. Yeah. How does everybody like this format, by the way? The anymeeting.com. I'm sure everybody has seen GoToMeetings and all the other ones. I kind of like this better than the other ones. Getting used to it. Okay, cool. How many articles do we need for one video? It varies. If you use Wicked Article Creator, I'll create like 3 or 4. If you do the other one where you go out to Virtual Solutions, he gives you a boatload. I usually load up 10, 15 of them because it's easy. But you know what, Jerry? Up until recently, I used to use 1, and I would let it run for months. But again, I was learning too. So when I first started out, I'd use 1 for months. And I wouldn't even add, but they didn't even have the article thing there. You just put it in there anyway. I mean, that's all you did. Now that the article thing, they made it a little better. Yes, Alex, what I'm gonna try. Alex is asking if this is our regular weekly time. I said next week I'm gonna try to get some in at maybe 12 o'clock in the daytime and try those. I know that 9 o'clock on Friday, especially for the young single folk, they probably don't even want to be on these things if they're even here. But if I do it at 12, we'll see what happens. I'll try to get them a little earlier. I just was, I'm having a birthday party tomorrow for my daughter, so I was out and about getting things prepared, and I got to do some more work when I'm done with this. So, right now, Scott Moody says better than GoToMeeting. I like it too, and the features are incredible. What it does for you as far as emails and getting the chat. The chat's recorded. Everything's recorded. It's awesome. Let me see. Works well. Getting used to it. All right. Any other questions? No? Question. Oh, yeah. I was going to show you about how to use Email Spider, right? I can do that. All right, Shane. You can email me. That's cool. You know I'm here. Okay. If I go in here, I'm already starting it. I got to share my screen. Hold on. Okay, let me minimize this bad boy. Go on. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm stop sharing my screen first, and then what I gotta do is I gotta go to my other server. I'm on the wrong server. Hold on. Just connecting up right now. All right. Let me go ahead and share this. All right. So I'm just gonna do emails. This is what happens when you first start this up. It asks you if you want what you want to search for. I just want to search for emails. So there we are. I'm gonna say cancel. In here. Now, there was anyone. You know what? If you and I pull emails for dentists, it's very possible we send the same email. Yes, it is. But you know, it's possible that we don't. It just depends. It depends where Email Spider goes. Email Spider doesn't go to the same spot. It's not like it does the same thing every time. Especially if you're doing like in Canada. If you're in Canada and you're doing it in Canada, it's definitely going to be different. But you also can tell it the keywords, and that's what makes Email Spider such a great tool as well, because you can come in here and you can load a list of your keywords, and it uses those, and it doesn't do everything the same. Is it possible to email the same people? Absolutely. You know, there's only so many emails on the internet, but I won't let that stop me one bit, because I was telling, what was that? Oh, that was last night. And then you probably heard me say this too, Shane. You could talk to some dude and prove him and charge half my price, and I come in and you know, I don't talk as well as you, and you got all those eloquent words, and you know, I'm a little rough around the edges, and I'm charging them like 3 times as much, and they might buy from me and not buy from you. So that I won't even worry about that part. Emailing is a numbers game. Just like if you're cold calling. Do you think if you're cold calling dentists, you're going to be calling up other dentists that people have been calling? Yes. So I wouldn't worry about that. That's just a numbers game. So don't worry so much about that. The other thing you want to do when you first start this up, you can do, like I said, you can load lists in here. You can load your keyword list, or you can come in here and do Building Pros, which is a contractor thing. You come in here, start URL, use a URL to start. I did this as a test. I'm always testing stuff. You just click start and let it go. I already have everything set up in the details section about what stuff I don't want, and that's basically all you do. I like doing directories. Like, I'll show you. I'll give you an example. Let's do this. Let's just do stop, and let's go in here. We'll say plastic surgeon, Dallas. This is kind of what I do when I'm looking for emails. I'm looking for a directory. I'm just guessing that's a pretty good name, plastic center, advanced cosmetic surgery or services. That could be a directory, maybe not. Top 10 Dallas plastic surgeons. Oh, here we go. Directory magazine doctors right here. So I click on this. It's a directory. We got all these people in here. Right? I don't know how this works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this URL and we'll pull up. I'm going to come in here and do clear. Oh. Yep. Yep. All right. And what I'm gonna do is I'm coming here, use URL to start. Oh, I didn't stop it. There we go. Paste it in here, and then I'm gonna do start. Yep, I want to clear it. I always want to clear my list here. There we go. Looks like it's doing. Looks like it's freaking doing. Looks like it's just doing numbers, doesn't it? Let's do stop. Save. Emails only. And I'm gonna go desktop. New emails. We'll see if we got emails, or I got to go back in and set to do emails only. You guys get the idea, right? That's it. So now, there we go. And they get us no emails. Okay, let me exit out of here. And we'll start back up. Oh, there's no way, Philip. There's no way of me estimating the responses and emails. They're not scrubbed. So I mean, you're gonna get URL. You're gonna get some that just come back. That's non-deliverable. So there's no way. I mean, I've sent emails. Like in less than an hour, I got 3 clients. When I did it like this with the directory, I scraped some attorney directories, and I got 3 in an hour. I had the general contractor guy. He did one of his niches, and he sent out 3,600 emails, and he got 4 clients. What's the conversion on that? Probably not that good, but you know what? Well, it's 1%, right? A little more than 1%. So I don't care what the percentage is. I know this. I send out emails, I get clients. Do I get a lot of clients? Not every month. Do I get clients every month? Yes. So I don't have to do a whole lot of hard work to get clients. So the whole conversion bit, I get asked that a lot, and I answer it the same way. Like, you know what? I don't know the conversion, but you get your clients. It will get you clients. Now I didn't tell it to do emails at all. I mean, phone numbers. Let's see. Let's just do it again. Phone item. Let's see. Okay, now it's getting us some emails. I don't know what the heck was going on before. So this is all pretty much coming from their website right now. I'll go out there. I'll start finding some stuff. It usually does. It might take a while. It might take, who knows. We're getting stuff from dweddings.com. So see that right there doesn't even pertain. It doesn't even pertain to our stuff. But you know what? I still leave it. I don't try to clean up the emails, because you know what? Sometimes you can get clients from other industries. A lot of times you get the smart Alex. You don't even know that I'm not an attorney. Well, no, I don't. Oh, I had a good one. What was I doing? I was doing like roofers. I was doing roofers one time, and a guy emailed me and said, "I'm not a roofer. I'm a home inspector." You don't even know I'm a home inspector? Well, then you're not good enough to get my videos on the first page of Google. I'm thinking, yeah, right. Okay, I got a bunch of roofer emails, and I'm sending out roofers, and you don't think I'd get a home inspector? I think it's kind of relevant. But you don't want those kind of people as clients anyway. You just delete them. You want good clients. The best client is a client that's happy that you got them on the first page of Google. They're getting calls, and they never ask you for a report. Those are the best kind of clients, and I got a lot of them. I just send them a bill. So I send them a bill. I sent my bills like 10 days prior to their due. When you send them and they pay the same day or the next day, those are the kind of clients you want. You don't want the clients you got to keep calling, sending emails. if I don't hear from you by the end of the day, then I'm going to take down your videos. And they, oh, you better not, I'll sue you. Yeah, right. Okay, you don't pay me, I'm taking them down. Then they pay you. Those clients, they suck. So you got to get the gist of this and show us the process for sending. I got to get back to my, let me go ahead and stop this. Let me see what that question was. Process for sending the emails. Yeah, that's easy. Let me go back in here and see the emails here. Let's do save. Emails only. There we go. There's our emails right there. So we've got us some emails, all in a directory. And these are good emails. Even though they might not pertain to ours, to what we're looking for. There's magazine, podiatry, drhackney.net. I think that's a doctor. We could let this run. You let it run overnight, and you wake up in the morning, you got 15, 20,000 emails, and you know, a good portion of them are pertain to yours, to what you're looking for. The process of sending emails, what we do is, you know, we use Outlook. I'm confused about setting up. Let me go back. I just confused myself. Did I just exit out of the meeting? No. I think I did. You guys still hear me, right? In progress. Yeah, I know you guys still hear me. I don't know what the hell happened here. Got me going right here. You're live, Joe. I see that. That's what's so cool about this, man. I can go right back in. I don't know if I can stop. I'll mess it up, didn't I? Mm-hmm. Looks cool, but I'm lost. Hear me now? Is that a wrap? Yeah. You can still hear me now. Yeah, I get it. I don't know what happened. I think I exited out. If you want to go through the process, you guys can still see my screen because I can see it over here. Sorry, did you just close the server? Yeah, I just closed the server. No, I did still open. But let me see. The server's right there. Yeah, that don't get me back in the meeting. If I go back into the active meeting, it's going to ask me to re-log in and do all that stuff again. Let me try this one more time, see if I can find a stop screen sharing thing. I want to show you guys how to do emails. Get out of that meeting, Joe. Okay. I'm just gonna get out of there. So this is it. So okay, you guys can see my desktop still. I'm not too worried about all that. I mean, you guys can just see that right now. You can hear me still, right? Yes. Okay. Cool. So, and you can see what I'm doing. So what I can do. Come here. Show you guys how to do it. How to do emails. I run Windows 8 too, man. Okay. To do an email, you got to have all these different things, all these accounts set up. So, you know, what I do, I only have one account set up here, so I can't show you on this PC. You know what we'll do? I got it set up in a video already on the training. So on the training in the training, once you log into our training, you can see how we do the emails and all that, and I can make a new one if what I've made is too confusing. But I did send it over to another one of my salespeople the other day, and they didn't have a problem doing it. I just sent it to another guy yesterday, and he's supposedly doing it tonight, and he hasn't texted me or anything about any issues. So maybe if you haven't done Outlook or used that before, but all we do is we set up accounts in Outlook, because Outlook allows us to change the accounts really easily, really quickly, and I can copy and paste my email into one account, and I'll have like 3 or 4 accounts, and I send personally 3 times a day. So I send, you know, the about 1,200 emails every time I do, and it works really well, man. It works really well. Okay, you can see your desktop fine. Okay. If anyone, you guys can still hear me. So if you have any more questions, I have it on my other, I have the meeting on my other PC, so I can see all the questions. So if y'all wanted, the last thing I say is we can hear, and that was from Larry W, which is awesome. But if you guys have any more questions, do we need to use proxies when using email spider? I don't. If you do use proxies, it works. You can go for longer and get more emails back. I know that. I have used proxies in the past. You just get more emails. It runs longer. You got to stop it if you use proxies. I don't use proxies anymore. I've tried it before. I mean, I like to use proxies for GSA. That's what you need it. Anybody have any questions on sales questions? Did not purchase List Motor yet. How's your training? List Motor, you kind of got to figure it out. You know, I think it's written by nerds who don't like to communicate with people, so it's a little hard to figure out at times. But if you have any questions, I can show you. I can make videos for them as well. If you're constantly scraping the same niche, List Motor is great. Outlook I can show you how to set that up, Tony. It's not a big deal. But List Motor, if you're scraping the same niche and you're doing it over and over and over again, then you're gonna want List Motor, because, like as I said earlier today, you know, you might have a bunch of people and you say they want to off your list. They say stop, and you might scrape again, and you might get them back in your list, and then you make them mad, and you know, then you're not compliant with the Spam Can Compliancy Act. So the List Motor is important for that. But if you're not doing the same niche over and over again, if you scrape with like 20, 30,000, and you take them out when you say you're taking them out, and you just keep emailing them, you'll be good. And you know what? Here's what most people don't understand about sending out email blasts. You only take them off if they tell you to. If they curse you out in an email, don't take them off your list. They could have had a bad day today. They could have gotten a fight with their wife or their girlfriend or both. You don't know. So don't take them off unless they tell you to. I've had people curse me out. 3 months later, they're my client. But they don't remember cursing me out. I remember their name because it's an email, you know. But I've had clients like that. You're just someone that they can vent to. They know you're not going to come beat them up or nothing like that. So so that's what you do. You keep sending the same list over and over. I'll tell you, here's what I did. When I first started in 2009, I scraped the list of I had I still have it, 350,000 attorneys emails. They're supposed to be 350,000. They're not all attorneys. They bounce all the time. But I was getting about a 7 to 8% open rate on all my emails, because at one time I was using a service that they used to have. They don't have them anymore, but it would actually, there's a software that's like, I don't know, $8,000 you can buy, but they'll give you all the open rates. I was getting like 7 to 8% open rates and bounces. But you know what? It would take me like, I timed it. It would take me a month to send them out. And as soon as I was done, guess what I did? I sent them again, and I sent them again. From 2009 to 2012, I was getting about 4 to 10 new clients every single month just from mailing those emails out like that. The same people. And you know what else I got? I would get people calling, hey, yeah, my uncle's an attorney, and dude never hired me. Yeah, my uncle's an attorney, but he gets your emails every month, and so he said you've been emailing for like 3 years, so you must be good at what you're doing because you're still in business. So I'm wondering, do you do credit repair? Can you get me on the first page? I'm serious. You get calls like that all the time. But I sent the same list for 3 years. And actually, when I figured out the videos, I went right back to that list, started sending them out again. My first one, I got $5,000 of the business. Send that list. So the point I'm trying to make is, you're not going to start making money. You're not going to start growing your business if you don't start doing it. Pick a niche. Pick out your services, what you want to offer, and stick to it. Don't start add stuff because they say, oh, can you do this? Can you do that? Oh, yeah, I can do that. Oh, yeah, I can. No, stick to your service. Pick a niche. Pick your services. Start emailing. Get a client. Then, if you haven't bought already, then you can buy all your stuff. Once you get one client, if you get a 3 months in advance, one client, even if you're just only charging $350 a month, that's $1,050. You can buy all the tools that I recommend and then some. So you can buy two licenses for GSA if you wanted to. You don't need to, but this is what you got to do. You got to do it. Like I said, stay focused. Stop buying everything. Just say, this is what I'm going to do for the next 60 days. I'll guarantee this. If you just do what's in the course for the next 60 days, you're going to have a business and you can start getting clients. If you just do that. But I know it's hard. I know it's hard because you know what? It's work. It really is. It's not hard work, but it's work. So you got to do it. So Spinner URL, search work, or LinkedIn or Facebook. I don't know what that means. Phil, Spinner, is that a URL or something? Oh, a spider URL. If it can get, you mean email spider? If it can do LinkedIn and Facebook, yeah. I've never tried it using it, but I think that they might be protected and stuff. But you might try it, see what happens. That's a great idea. I mean, we could try that. I mean, I'm not against that, but I don't know how many emails it's going to get or where it's going to find them. But you know what? It will. I'm sure it would. Do it on the directory. No, Shane, in the beginning, you don't have a choice. You don't have a video for that. So you just use the other videos. Say these are examples, and then I would use the legal one, the attorney one, because everyone knows attorneys, man. It's hard to get up there, for the restaurant and stuff like that, and the fitness one. But you know what? The fitness one should be pretty simple to rank. The restaurant. There's so many of them up there. It can be difficult. I know restaurants are competitive. They're competitive. Listen this way. They're competitive for what they want to pay you to do it. I know that. What? They're both on page one? Dude, if they're both on page one, then pick one of the niches and go for it. Yeah, that's what I would do. Go for it. Put that in your emails. Put that in your emails. Hey, check out. Go to Google. Type in fitness, whatever your keyword is, and that's our video is the one with this phone number on it, or our restaurant is this restaurant. This is what we do. Yeah, of course I know they don't. Restaurants don't. Probably the fitness guy don't either. But you know what? It's a start, man. It's a start. Use those as going for other niches, man. You use the blue collar. Listen, the blue collar workers, the blue collar niches. They understand now. They understand it. AC guys, plumbers, they got big money. They pay pay-per-clicks out the wazoo. They go to the other places. What I don't know, the blue collar things where they do three, you know, they pay like 30, 40 bucks a call, and they're not the only ones to have it. They're not the only ones to have that call. So if they don't call right away, they get stung for 40 bucks. They don't get nothing. Yeah, man. Either way, you know, I'm just trying to help people. I'm just trying to help you out. If you want, if you go to the Facebook group, our Facebook page, and you look at the thing I put under Bruce's testimonial, I put in there, there's a little image. If you click on that, or if you go to the sales page for the Done For You service, there's some great many niches in there. Look at some of those videos. There's some niches in there you could pick out. You really could. And it wouldn't be that hard to rank. And you know, I was talking to someone the other day, one of my beta testers. He said he could do it. He could start doing the easy niches and do $100 a $99 video, $99 a month, one video, and just go across the country and do that, man. It's a good idea. It's a heck of a way. It's a heck of a way to do it, man. You know, and usually the $99 people, you know, you'll probably get half of them that are pains in the butt. The other ones will pay you. You probably won't even be ranking. They don't even know they're not ranking for 6 months and paying you because it's only 99 bucks. But if anyone else has any more questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll call this one a night. I'll get the replay up as soon as I can, and you know, ask questions and ask for topics. I don't know what our next training will be, but I have it written down. I just don't have it in front of me. When I get prepared for these things, I just try to have everything focused on this one thing, and I don't remember what it's about. But so far, I think we're doing pretty well on the trainings with the Q&As. You know what? I just can't stress enough how much you need to just do it. Really, start emailing, start scraping. Do that first. Get some emails out there. But you know, make sure you got your niche. This is easy. This is real easy if you just do the right thing. So I guess there's no more questions. Wicked article creation. Yes, I'll make a video and post it I'll make it a chapter. On the chapters page, there'll be another selection there. Wicked article creator. Cheers, Tony. Thank you too. Thanks for being here, buddy. Thank you very much. She's 1 year old. She was born dead. So she's a miracle baby. That's why I'm celebrating so much. So, any other questions? There's not any other, and you know what? I don't know if you guys know how old I am. I should be having grandbabies and not babies, but she's one, and I have one on the way due in September. A boy. I'll have 5 boys and 1 girl. So, and I don't have any grandkids. So anyway, we'll call this a night, I guess. No one else has any questions. Thanks, Jerry, for the birthday wishes, and yep. Thank you guys for showing up. And listen, do it. What we need to do is start doing it. You know what we could do is we keep each other accountable and say, hey, what have you done today? And maybe I'll start doing that in the Facebook group. Who started emailing today? I mean, that's something to do just to keep motivation going. Because I know we all need encouragement certain days, and you know, we'll just start to try doing that, and everyone else do the same thing. You know, you guys see each other's names on here. Just start, you know, reaching out and saying, hey, who did what today? Anyone do any emails? Anyone pick a niche? What's your services? Share it. Because you know what? We can share everything we want in our group. Ain't no one going to steal nothing. They can't steal nothing from us because, you know, we got our own ideas. They can steal our idea, but they can't work like us because it's ours. So anyway, you guys have a great night, and everybody, thanks for coming.